like breaks down his class by each learning target, and what he does for like tests is if you like do bad on like one learning target, you can go in and like redo it through like remediation, which I myself think that's like super helpful. When we take our tests, we do them on the computer, and once you take your tests, you automatically get your results back right after you're done and you submit your answers, and it tells you your percentage, and then it breaks it down by target.
To want something better than the shape you're in.
I've set my assessments up by learning target so that when the kids take a test, their questions are all grouped by that learning target, and the learning target's shown on the test right above the questions. Currently, I'm using the online Mastery Manager mode, but you could use the paper bubble sheets as well and scan them through. But when I'm done, the kids can see which learning targets that they scored less than 70% on, and they can write that down immediately. If they're using their cell phone or computer, they can just write down the learning targets that they got wrong.
So this shows each learning target individually. It's sectioned off, and then it shows with a red X and green dashes which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong. So in this section I got 3 wrong, so that means I have 63%. So then that would be one I would retake because it's not passing. I can show each individual section and what section it was, and then when you go into remediation, you just have to do that learning target.
If you get a D on the test, then you don't know the information. So if you fail it and you can't retake it, then you're losing that opportunity to actually learn it and get the grade that shows that you know it.
When I did the Mastery Manager setup, you can make sections. So each section is a learning target, and so it literally tells them right there which learning target that they did well on and which one that they could do remediation on. So I don't need to show them anything. I don't need to bring them all up or anything and tell them, oh, you need to do this one, you need to do this one. No, instead, they're able to look right away to see what they have. They write it down, again, because they're using their cell phone kind of as the bubble sheet, and it gives them that immediate feedback. They can look over the test to see which questions they got wrong and kind of learn that way.
If you want to like redo a learning target, you can go on the computer, and he has like a document set up by like each learning target. And so let's say you did super bad on target 2A, like you can go in and there's like a certain section of like a bunch of different questions that you go through the book or online and you answer those questions, and then you're allowed to go in and retake that one portion of that test.
They'll look at the remediation, and the remediation, currently I have it online, but of course you could print off copies of remediation as well, but they know they can go to my website, they look at the remediation that I have, and they can do the learning using graphic organizers and things like that.
You can do remediation and enrichment in class, but you're also allowed to do it at home online through like your classroom's website. So Mr. T has a certain link on his page, and you can click on that and you can just do automatic remediation or enrichment right at your own home.
Right now I'm going to take a quiz, and then after I'm done I'm going to go down here and then take it, and then after that I'm going to take the test, which is on here, and it's pretty simple. Also, you can access this at home or anytime, so you can wake up in the morning, at night, or whenever, and you can just take the quizzes. You can actually go ahead if you need to, or go with the pace that he's going with in class, or if you're busy and stuff, you can also catch up on it over the weekend. It doesn't matter, you know, you can work just as hard as anybody else, just your pace is slower.
And once they're done with the graphic organizers and the remediation, they actually, for me, they're able to just go online and grab the access code and then take the re-quiz, and that's and it's just by learning target, and it's kind of up to the teacher how they want to do it. But I've been using Mastery Manager, and since I broke the test by sections, I also put those sections in my gradebook. So I have learning target 1 test for the test. I have learning target 2 for the test, and just listed out in the gradebook instead of having the whole test listed there. And so then I can populate it right from Mastery Manager and put those scores in the gradebook, and I don't have to write anything down, and it's pretty quick.
It'll pass just like everything else.
And so it's a little bit of work on the front end, but it sure is pretty easy right now. The first time I explained to the kids, it probably took 20 minutes to explain to them, and then I still had questions, but they got through it. And then the second test, I mean, I had kids that came to class already that day, and they had already done the remediation and taken the re-quiz, and was ready for the enrichment, and it was unbelievable. And then other kids got to class, and they just grabbed the computers right away and started working on the remediation without me saying anything. So it's been really beneficial, and I think it's given them a little bit more hope, and it's made class fun, and knowing that we can all learn and get through it, and it's not too bad.
I'm motivated to relearn the targets that I've messed up on, because then on the final it'll be the same questions, so I've learned it twice then, and I'll do better in the final, which will help me in the end.
Grown from a moment